Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to War on the Sea. I was doing a bit of housekeeping off screen and maneuvering some task forces around because at the moment there isn't that much action. Sure enough, the Enterprise gets attacked every now and then by, well, whatever phantom force is out there, because every time I go into battle I can immediately pull out and just not have to fight anything. But this time around it doesn't look like that's going to be an option. We have an encounter with 2 destroyers, a heavy cruiser and 6 merchantmen. And those merchantmen, I think, are not coming off to drop off anything good. They're heading very, very close to the Renal Islands, and I'm thinking we're going to see some troops. The only thing that is near is the Chester. And the Chester, unfortunately, is not exactly suitable to do combat, because she's been heavily damaged after having been torpedoed when she was still part of the Enterprise. So I can see that there's a threat. I just can't do anything about it. All my submarines are still moving to position. Task Force 14 is the only one I was able to vector over here. It's the Tuscaloosa and the San Diego, which we're going to reinforce the Washington. But since I forgot about that, it means that I currently cannot send them, or well, I could send them over here and escort them anyway. But I think they're going to be much more needed over here at the Renal Islands. So, the Renal Islands are at risk. Now, once again, the Enterprise is an encounter. Let me show you what doesn't happen. Here. The Enterprise has an encounter, and I can just immediately leave. There's nothing out there. I did extensive sonar searches, radar searches, visual searches, nothing. Now, I'm really curious to see what's going to happen at the Renal Islands, but it's probably not going to be anything good. Holy shit! They dropped off a metric ton of Marines over there. Good lord. Yeah, okay, the Renal Islands are going to need a bit of help. Fortunately, there is a bunch more troops, and especially a lot more supplies over here. No fuel, unfortunately, so it's not like I can just ferry fuel over here and keep upgrading the Renal Islands so that I can resupply my ships over there. For that, I would need a level 3 dock, I believe. A level 3 shipyard. That's not quite going to happen. So, well, all I can do right now is hope that TF7 gets over there quickly. And that they can encounter, or that they can bring over the troops from the main base to the Renal Islands. And in a few hours, I'll be able to have aircraft from the Enterprise intercept this group. So that we can hopefully get rid of the destroyers, the heavy cruiser, and, well, potentially one or more of the merchantmen. Once again, the Enterprise is an encounter. And once again... Oh, actually, wow. There might actually be something out here. Believe it or not. Let's see. What you got then? Torpedoes? By any chance? Enterprise, disengage to starboard. Jenkins? Torpedoes, anybody? No? Normally you see these in the first minute or so, but not seeing anything. And we can go to ×5 speed. Here, leave. These freaking ghost encounters need to be edited out. And I don't mean edited out of the video, edited out of the game, because it's just not making any sense. Either there's something there, and I detect it, because it says it has an encounter, or there's nothing there. But if the enemy has a submarine here, for example, then normally if it's a submarine and it has torpedoes, it immediately engages you. If it doesn't, then it shouldn't force an encounter with the Enterprise's task force. At least that's my way of looking at it, but I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys think down below in the comment section. Now, I'm waiting a few hours, and then the Enterprise... Well, it's not so much going to be the Enterprise itself that's going to be intercepting this task force, but her aircraft. Fuck's sake, again? And just now that I do... Here we go. Screw off with your mysterious ghost encounters. Enemy ships spotted near Santa Cruz Islands. That's over there. Oh, there's a submarine there. Well, that's a little annoying, but the submarine can hurt me about as much as I can hurt it. Not at all. We're just looking at each other and going, okay, now what? Because submarines don't carry troops, they don't carry supplies, they don't carry anything but torpedoes, so they can just maneuver here, but they won't be able to do much. It's 410, 420, 430, 440, 450, 5. Enterprise. Prepare to launch aircraft. Considering the threat, I'm going to try and launch dive bombers first. And that's going to be the Dauntless with, yeah, 2 1,000-pound bombs. Sorry, 1 1,000 bomb and 2 100-pound bombs. It's going to be all the Dauntless dive bombers. I'm going to set a course to scout out the area here. And hopefully find that task force. Because there are quite a few points to be had there. The question is, where exactly did they go? Because I saw them just loiter around here. But where exactly did they end up? Task Force 14 is coming in to assist, but it's going to take them another 6 hours before they get here. At any rate, they're going 22 knots. Whereas the task force that was coming out of here consisted of a bunch of transports, which significantly limits their speed. 12 to 16 knots. So wherever they are, they can't have gotten too far. Oh. Interesting. Enemy aircraft spotted near the Barb, one of my subs. Not too interested in that encounter. Seriously, where the hell is that task force? Enterprise has ready to launch aircraft. Excellent. We're going to launch another flight. Ah, there you are. Enemy spotted near the Dauntless. There's the destroyers, the heavy cruiser, and the merchant. Oh, the Grindley Islands are going to be lost to the Japanese. That's for sure. Okay, let's go in for an encounter. The Dauntless, we're going to begin the encounter. Alright. So we got 3 flights. 3 flights of 4 bombers each. Led by Dauntless 1, 5, and 9. I first have to identify the guys, and then we're going to go in and bomb them. This means that the transports will not be bombed. That's fine, because once the transports are out, I can fairly easily wipe out the rest of the task force, even with my destroyers that are still protecting the Enterprise. What is that? All drop. No, not yet. Let's first begin the battle, shall we? Let's have a look. Let's try and misidentify these ships as quickly as possible so I know what to bomb. This is definitely their cruiser. Judging by identification, triple turrets. No, it is not an aerial unit, it's a ship. See, I can get that far. I can tell you that it's not an aircraft. How about that? Is it an Alba? No. Is it a Miyoko? Potentially. We sunk the Miyoko and the Ashigara, leaving the Nachi and the Haguro alive. Funnel lines up, triple turrets. I'm gonna say that's a Miyoko. You, well, it's a bit awkward. I can see the enemy aircraft, or the enemy ship, but I cannot quite identify it yet, because it's not officially on the map. These are, but these are just the transports. So, Dauntless Flight 1, I'm going to tell you guys to engage the Miyoko. As the other flights, Dauntless Flight 5, there they are, and Dauntless 9. Hold on, we're going to wait a second. Cancel your attack. Turn that way. First I'm going to ID those ships, and then we're going to launch the air attack. All at the same time, so they're going to have very, very little opportunity to react. They'll all be busy trying not to get killed off. Is that another Hatsuharu? Torpedo launch between there. Yeah, it could be. I sunk 2, still 4 alive. Although by the end of today, they might be 1 short. Maybe 2 short. Alright. Here's the plan. We got the wing from number 1, number 5, and number 9. Number 1's going to go for the Hatsuharu. Number 6. Number 5 is going to go for number 7. And number 9 is going to go for the Miyoko. We're all going to engage at the same time. I just have to move them into position. It's going to be my first air attack. I'm leaving this completely over to the AI because I don't trust myself to do this properly. You there. You here. And you guys over there. 1. Engage. 5. Engage. 9. Engage. We're all engaging at the same time. Ideally, this is going to be over very quickly. I hope that these bombs can significantly damage, if not destroy, the enemy heavy cruiser. But again, I haven't tested this yet. Maybe torpedoes against a heavy cruiser are better. What do we carry? Oh shit! This is why you don't leave it up to me. Yeah, I might have dropped that a bit early. Oh well. Flight 1 is engaging. Target, lead Hatsuharu. There you go, that's how you're supposed to bomb these things. So what is... Ooh, hello. What does that look like from the flight of the Dauntless? These guys are already pulling away from the dive because they completed their mission. Number 5 is going in. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I quite like that. I think we have our thumbnail right here. Carry on. Whether this is going to... Ouch. Whether this is going to be a kill shot, I don't know. That remains to be seen. Flight 9. Yeah, Miyoko also struck. Alright, Flight 1. Time to GTFO, since we have no more bombs. Flight 5, or whatever's left of Flight 5, so that's Flight 6 now. I want you guys to disengage. And I want Flight 9 to also disengage. Why are we still staying in this anti-air bubble? That's really not that good. Manual control. The rest of the flight will work with me here. I'm going to pull up. So we lost 1 aircraft, and we did serious damage to 3 of their ships. Whether this is going to be enough to kill them, I don't know. They don't look too happy, but it is fairly possible that it's just a fire, and that the damage can very quickly be repaired. Especially the Miyoko doesn't seem to be very impressed with the damage so far. Fortunately, I can turn these aircraft around, bring them back to the Enterprise, and launch, in the meanwhile, a torpedo attack. And through that, hopefully sinking potentially all these ships. And maybe... Oh. Looks like there might have been a secondary explosion on there. Sinking all of these ships and then the rest of the convoy. I do wonder what's going to happen when I leave. Whether the damage is going to stick for the Japanese ships. They do appear to be breaking formation here. Yeah. Hatsuharu 6 is peeling off. That's fine. So, after a mere 18 episodes, or rather after 17 episodes, as this is episode 18, I am finally unleashing an airstrike. Moderate damage to the Hatsuharu. Sorry, heavy damage to the one, moderate and minor. Okay, my dear Enterprise. Please launch another flight of aircraft. This time around, it's going to be all the Avengers. We're going to be launching with torpedoes. Your course is actually stationary for a while. You know what? Don't go anywhere. Because for some reason or another, the game pulls these things out of combat. And that means that for an hour of in-game time, there won't be a task force there. It's really weird, but that's how the game has decided to, well, that's how the devs have decided to make it work. You just cannot engage another task force or the same task force twice, because the game says, nope, sorry. It's I don't know, it's pulled off the strategic map. Like, it's not even there. And that's exactly why over here, in the previous episode, or 2 episodes ago, I had a problem because I couldn't find the guys. They seemingly disappeared into nowhere. Speaking of disappearing into nowhere, the sneaky boys have an encounter with 2 destroyers and 2 light cruisers. So let's begin that and make sure that those guys don't get any opportunity to strike the Enterprise. It's Growler and Grouper. Why are we this close to the shore? That doesn't seem right. Give me the periscope. Hi. Ooh, we are actually in a really nice spot. Range 4,000 yards. Okay, time for some misidentifications. Let's see, exit scope. This is likely one more Kuma class. Or it's the other thing. I mean, the difference, as we have established, is very minor. Kuma is down, Tama is down. That leaves the Kitakami and the Kiso. Unless it's a Nagara, in which case it could be the Kinu or the Abukama. It doesn't really matter how I ID them as long as I ID them, because that does give you a bonus to how likely they are to get a hit. I'm going to say this is potentially another Nagara class. And over here, I think we have another Hatsuharu. How many did we sink so far? Because I damaged 2 others. Where are you? Where's the Yugumo? No, they have a large funnel in the front. And this one has a large funnel in the back. We also have Shiratsuyu class. Torps. This thing has 2 torpedo launchers. The Hatsuharu has 3 sets, I think. Right? No. What are you? Akatsuki. Okay. There's 2 of those left. We already sunk the Akatsuki herself. Which means that it could be the Ikazuchi or the Inazuma. Over here, this is probably one of those walkie-talkies. Sorry, walkie-talkies. Check. Turret. 1, 2, 3. Torpedo launchers there and there. Check. Okay. Now, the plan. How are we going to strike these guys? First, we're going to activate the radar. And relative positioning is decent. I'm going to let these guys close in for a while and then attack with both submarines at the same time. I want the Growler to just crawl around here. Yeah, that periscope is definitely not drawing any kind of attention. Jesus. We have something the size of a phone pole sticking out of the water. Nagara solution 90%. Very good. I'm going to aim directly at the target. Take it off of ×5 speed. Now for the targets. I'm thinking of hitting the light cruisers and then bugging out. And then leaving the destroyers to be killed off by something bigger, cruisers or such. So that means that Grouper is going to target Nagara. They still have to build a solution on that. Slow down. Range, 3,000 yards. We're a bit too far. At least for my taste. We're going to turn in a bit more. Go back to 6 knots. Range 2,700. Now I've lost my lead. Still, my torpedoes might be able to hit them. So we're going to go with a, let's say, full torpedo spread. Bow launcher, 6 tubes ready. 3-degree spread. No manual fire. Target Nagara. Solution 90%. Fire. Grouper. Solution Nagara 90%. 3-degree spread. Fire. Alright, and now we're going to turn around. Right now. We're not going to wait for anything. Here come the torps. They don't look that good yet, but they should start turning momentarily. And if they don't, there we go. If they don't get the light cruiser, then if they can score a hit on a destroyer, I'd be quite happy with that as well. Range about 1,750 yards and increasing. Grouper is even closer. But Grouper doesn't have her scope up, so I couldn't quite tell you. See, the Grouper seems a lot more sneaky than the Growler. Growler's depth is 30 feet. Grouper's depth is 33 feet. So there's a slight difference there. They so far seem to be oblivious to the torpedoes, but as you guys have commented in a previous video section, or comment section, the AI does not really seem to get any kind of a notification that there are torpedoes. Unlike a player, which can just visually spot these things and go, oh crap, it's time to start maneuvering. Now I can't speed this up, but I can cut out the part where the torpedoes are just traveling. Minute or so later, and it looks like these torpedoes have a fairly good chance to end the life of this cruiser. Whether it is a Kuma or a Nagara doesn't really matter, as long as we punch a good number of holes in it. The real question is, how are we going to score in the dud bingo? 3 torpedoes, 2 duds, 1 missed. And the missing one is actually still moving. And depending on how this cruiser is going to react, might hit. So, by all intents and purposes, this one should be toast. If not yet, then the second torpedo spread might help. And this one, depending on, again, the dud bingo, could take a hit. Ooh, really? Yep. Well, I'd say that we got a full spread hit. That was 6 torpedoes hit out of a launch of 6. And the second salvo is not going to do as well. But I think that this ship is slowing down after having been hit by a torpedo. And is presenting a beautiful target. 2, 3, dud. Dud. Gotta love these duds. Anyway, 2 of the cruisers are down for the count. They just don't know it yet, but they're going to be flooding quickly. As usually 3 torpedoes is enough to get rid of a, well, completely get rid of a cruiser. Now we do have a tiny problem here. The Akatsuki is coming in. She doesn't seem terribly happy to see me. There goes the Nagara. The question is, how accurate is she about her positioning? How likely is it that she knows exactly where I am? She's coming straight at me at 1500 yards. We have 10 torpedoes ready, but 4 loaded only. And on the bow we're reloading. I'm not running silent, because I don't think that they know where I am. Where's the other DD? Over there. The other DD has no clue. The only thing that I think might have a problem with me right now is this DD. So I'm going to try and have the grouper run away a bit faster. The problem that I have with trying to torpedo her with the stern tubes is that she's coming straight at me. And because she's doing that, she's presenting a very, very slim profile. Alright, we're gonna go down. Lost Nagara, that's fine. Right, amidships. Whoops. Down, 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 down. We're not gonna surface. Down, 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 down. Same for you. I want you to go down to 30 feet. So just about periscope depth. Turn to port. Because there is a potential that the Growler can save the grouper from the impending attack of the Akatsuki. Because where's the Growler? Or sorry, where's the grouper has that enemy destroyer coming right at her. The Growler doesn't. And because of that, the torpedoes might have a better chance. So I'm turning this boat as hard to port as I can to try and get the torpedoes to line up. Okay, we're going to rig for silent running on this one. We're going to go down even more. What's the safety depth? 295? Jesus. There's a layer at 180. Let's make the depth 200 feet. Solution 75%-ish. Range is not that good. Range is 684. The solution's not that good. I want a good solution here. Give me the radar. 78, 80. That's better. 84, 86. Steady as she goes. No, a bit more to port, because she's going to continue her course. Bit more, bit more, bit more, bit more. Bit more, bit more, bit more. Full spread, stern torpedo launchers, away. You're about to have a really bad time. But I don't understand how the Akatsuki knows where I am, because she's doing 20 knots. What if she's just guessing? No, she's definitely not just guessing. Those are depth charges. But those are also torpedoes coming at her. That's the torpedo salvo from the Growler. Oh no! Missed it. Entirely. Yeah, she definitely knows where the grouper is. Grouper is undamaged as of right now. How long that's going to remain true is anybody's guess. Those are the torpedoes sailing over. Where's that DD? Hello? Over there. Okay. Now, considering she knows where I am, I'm going to secure from silent running. And hopefully, well, get 1 or 2 torpedo tubes ready. So that I might be able to launch those. Growler, continue on this way. Just best speed. We can use the Growler to see what the Akatsuki is doing. Not much. I only have 1 torpedo tube ready. It's not going to work. Hold on, does she know where I am, though? Yeah, she was listening. She was listening. She definitely knows where I am. And I thought that she knew exactly where I was, which is why I suspected that running away and releasing from silent running was the best option. I should have made like a hole in the water and not made any noise. I should have stopped. Actually, she might still be listening. Slow to 4 knots. We're no longer cavitating. Another 12 seconds or so, I can get another torpedo ready. Here. Okay, listen up. I need you to go slow and make a full turn starboard. Can we get these guys out? What I'm surprised about, actually, is how this cruiser hasn't sunk yet. You got hit by 3 torps. But somehow, it seems like your damage control parties are more efficient than the ones on the other cruiser. Which, well, was over there. Because I'm not seeing any... Well, she's listing alright, but she's not terribly listing. Here it comes again. Crap. Cavitate. Get away from those depth charges. I'm gonna go deeper. We're gonna go down to 240 feet. I don't trust those splashes. Ooh, dear. This is gonna hurt. Significantly, potentially. Moderate flooding. Propulsion is gone. Well, that's a problem and a half. Well, the good news is I can run without silent running, because I don't really have to concern myself with any kind of damage control, since there is no damage to control here. The whole compartment for rudder and propulsion is just knocked out. There is no more compartment. She's loitering here, but behaving fairly unpredictably, so it's not likely for me to get a good torpedo solution right now. Unfortunately. But I do really like this encounter. Gotta give him that much. I really like it. I don't know why target 3 is running off. That doesn't make that much sense to me, because I think that these also carry depth charges. Tell me. Anti-submarine depth charges. Passive sonar, active sonar. They should know what they can... Well, yeah. They should know what they can do, and they should be able to assist, but they're not. They're not assisting for some reason. I think she's coming to finish off the grouper. She's running again, 15 knots. Difficult call. Do I launch now or not? If I don't launch now, it might be never. But she only has to turn like a lot. And it's GG. Then I can wait for another set of torpedoes to load. Range 1100 yards. Active sonar. I need a better solution on this guy. 94. Range 990 yards. Hold. Switch to the grouper. Grouper status? Yeah, we cannot do much. Because I have no propulsion. We still have a speed of 5 knots. It seems. Oh shit! We're whoa. Our depth is minus 400 feet. A little more and we'd have reached crush depth. Fuck it, we're launching. They're probably way too close. No, 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 no. I didn't mean to service the ship. Run. Lower the scope. Status Nakatsuki. She's probably turning, isn't she? Yeah, those torps were shit. The torps are now commencing their turn, but I believe they turn after 500 yards, which means that this was never going to work. The grouper, unfortunately, is going to surface. Which means that the Akatsuki is going to be very unhappy to see her. Hold your depth. Hold on. Stern launch? No. Ready in 2 minutes. Any chance we can still counter that emergency blow? Already blown. Yeah, we're already fucked. Oh dear. I think we're gonna launch... We're gonna lose this submarine. We still have submarine... No, we still have torpedoes circling around here. Which is making the life of the Akatsuki probably very interesting. Get this gun ready. Must surface to fire. Well, I am surfaced. Fire! Fire the guns! Yes, hit! Hit! Uh-oh. If you're gonna do what I think you're gonna do, I'm gonna be a very unhappy submarine. No, he's not ramming. Are you trying to depth charge my other sub? Shit, you are. What a mess. So we got the grouper shooting the Akatsuki. Akatsuki is not returning fire because she is too busy. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I interrupting your attack on my other submarine? What the hell? Growler. Damage so far, nothing. Just wait for it. Here's the other submarine on the surface, dead in the water. Hello? I'm trying to shoot you here. How good's my solution? 60. But I keep hitting it every single time. I know that I give this game a lot of shit, but this amuses me greatly. Hey, DD. Do you not see me? Because, I mean, I don't mind if I lose the grouper. Because the submarine, like, honestly lost. That destroyer did a good job. But it's like they're not willing to finish it. Oh, here we go. Star shells. Hold on. Well, it's not the Nagara that's shooting me. If it's not the Nagara, and it's probably not the Akatsuki, then is it the Wakataki from all the way somewhere else? Here. There's the Wakataki. I just can't see it on the map. Cannot target target 3 Wakataki is not detected, except that I'm looking at it. Oh, there. Oh, you're starting to do damage now, are you? Ooh, heavy damage, critical. Oh, she's toast. She's gonna dive one last time. In the meanwhile, the Growler has managed to get some distance. I hope I can disengage in 180 seconds. We're cavitating like crazy. I do, however, wonder if the AI also has an issue where they run out of depth charges. Because I know that my submarine encounters take me about 30 depth charges or so before I run out. I'm not sure if the AI has the same thing, or if they have a, let's say, a magical ammo resupply thing. Grouper lost with all hands. Am I still actively... No, I'm not pinging. So the Akatsuki is. The thing is, my torpedoes probably won't save me here. All I can hope for is that I can leave in about 2 minutes. But if it's up to the Akatsuki, that is not quite an option. We're already running as quickly as we can, at least underwater. Test depth 295. As we have seen, they can hold a lot more than that. The grouper could do 200... No, but was it 400 feet and not get crushed? So I could go lower. Two loaded in the bow, 2 loaded in the stern. Turn, buddy, turn. Turn, 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 turn. Is she dropping again? Ooh, she seems to have taken some damage from the surface gun of the... Well, of course it's the surface gun. The gun of the grouper. Yeah, the grouper. She is not dropping depth charges. I think she might honestly be out. 40 seconds. What I am really surprised about, though, is how that light cruiser survived. She took 3 torpedoes. You know what? What? Okay. Well, that was not an ending I was expecting. The DD is down. The Wakataki is running away. We're gonna finish off that cruiser, boys. Bring her back up to the surface. Or at least periscope depth. Because that target is now pretty easy to kill. She's dead in the water. And probably already heavily damaged. She just needs 1, potentially 2 more torpedoes, and we should be able to deliver those. So, we're going to establish, or re-establish contact, and we're going to try and sink it. Turning to starboard. Depth, 182. Contact Nagara re-established. Jeez, if I can detect you from over here, how much noise are you making? Interestingly, you could say none at all, because most of her... Well, she lost propulsion, probably. So at least machinery should be, well, more silent. Give me a periscope depth. Range? About 4,000 yards. These torpedoes can run far, far longer than that, right? 8,000 yards, almost 9,000. The problem is the dud issue. But hey, if I can take down 3 ships, including a destroyer, walk away with 1 submarine and let 1 destroyer live, I'm gonna call that a win. I'm gonna say it's a good day's work for this submarine. The grouper, miraculously, was able to just gun away the destroyer, but I should not have been able to do that. I mean, it's funny, but it should never have been possible. Because I should have just been punished the moment that I went to the surface. But for some reason, I wasn't. Alright, so we're gonna run to here. And we're gonna raise the scope again. Activate the radar again. There she is. So looks like they already abandoned the ship. Solution 90. We're going to send 3 bow torpedoes in a 1-degree spread. Sorry, 3 torpedoes in a 1-degree spread. Solution 90. Can I get it higher if I start actively pinging it? No. It's jumping from 90 to 92 now. The Wakataki is back? Yeah, they just left their damaged cruiser to die. Alright, well that's your choice then. Because die it shall. Growler. Range. 2,600 yards. Ah, there's the other destroyed Nagara. We can still detect that. Range 2,300 yards. Range 2,000 yards. I'm gonna resupply this destroyer or this submarine anyway. Torpedoes away. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that should be end to her. No, I didn't quite fire them straight at her, but okay. The gyro should kick in and just make them turn after, what is it, 500 yards? Something like that. Here comes the doom. Yep, there they go. Here comes the doom, buddy. Now, I cut out a little section where the torpedoes were just traveling, and it's just not really that interesting to watch. Nagara, or whatever her name is, does not have any chance here. She can only hope to win the dud bingo, which means that they're all 4 duds, and I'm going to have to once again go on the offensive. But I don't think that's likely. 1. Hit. Hit. Dud. Well, 2 duds, 2 hits. I'm very much expecting that this will actually sink her. But you never know. Maybe the AI pulls out some sort of miraculous anti-torpedo defense. And the Nagara survives. But just to ensure that she doesn't. Never mind, there she goes. So, job done. What? We can leave in 270 seconds? Why? Because your destroyer ran off the map? Look at the walkie-talkie go. 28,000 yards. Where you gonna go? Screw that. Leave. Bye-bye. So, I lost 2,410 tons. I sunk 12,120 tons. 2 Nagara classes were sunk, a Wakataki alive, and an Akatsuki sunk. Can we see what exactly they were? Losses? No, those are my losses. Their losses. Because it is August 18th, 1942. Akatsuki, Nagara, and Nagara. Okay. So that means that they have what? They have no Nagaras left? Because that would make identification a bit easier. Cruisers... Nagara. Nope, all Nagaras are dead. Very good. What about their Kumas? They still have 2 left. Yeah, we know where those are. Those are over there. The Tenryu class is toast. Akazuki still has 1, 2, 3, 4 boats alive. Yugamo class, all of them alive. Kagero, plenty left. Sashio class, plenty left. Shirotsuyu only lost 1. But this might mean... Oh yeah, there we go. There's 1 destroyer left, 1 Akatsuki class. We sunk 1 Fubuki class so far. We sunk a couple of Matsukis. Oh, the Kikuzuki is unavailable. That's the U. So that ship is getting down for repairs. All your Kamikaze classes are alive. 2 Wakatakis are dead. Minakazes are all alive. How are you doing on your cruisers, though? Because we sunk plenty of light cruisers. As I said, the Tenryu class is gone. The Kuma class still has 2 left. The Nagaras are gone. The Sendai still has 2 more ships. Agano class still has all of them alive. That's a light cruiser. Oyodo. Only 1 built, but alive. Furutakas, both dead. Aoba class, 1 dead, 1 alive. Miyokos, 2 dead, 2 alive. Takao, 1 dead, 4 alive. Mogami, 3 dead, 1 getting repaired. Tone, 1 alive, 1 dead. Kongos, yeah, now we're coming up to the battleships. They're all alive. Yamato and Musashi. And then we have aircraft carriers, which are all there. The Shokaku and the Zuikaku. So there's still plenty more work to do, but not by the Growler, because the Growler is going to go home for rearmament. So that was an interesting episode. First air attack, and on top of that, we also were able to deal a significant blow to their cruiser and destroyer group there. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what your thoughts are down below, and I'll see you soon for another video.